Alright, here I am. I'm in Laceyville, PA for the beginning of my 40-mile downriver journey on the Susquehanna River North Branch. So the river's pretty high due to the rains we've had the last week or two. You know, the plus side is that you know, I shouldn't have any problems like rocks and things like that. The downside is the river's moving pretty quick, and so it'll actually take me less time to get to each of my camping spots than it otherwise normally would. So I'll be spending a little bit more time camping and a little bit less time you know, on the river kayaking, but it's pretty good. It's about 60 degrees right now. The water is actually fairly cold, obviously. It's May, and I'm starting my trip, and this is the launch. I'll be putting this all together in a video for you. Here's my kayak, I'm ready to go. I've got my 3-day salt pack, and the black item actually tied into the top is actually a tripod seat. You know, I've got the space, I might as well be a little bit comfortable. There I have the stuff sack for my military modular sleep system. I'm bringing the Gore-Tex bivy sack, and I also have the green lighter weight bag of the 2 sleeping bags that comes with the system. And I also have in there an orange Thermarest light pad for a little bit extra warmth and comfort. I'll have my camp set up later, you'll be able to see that. My kayak is a Perception 10.5 footer, and in the front bag, the transport, I have anything I might need out on the river today, as well as my lunch and that sort of thing. Basically, I should not need anything from my larger rucksack at all during the kayak portion today until I get to my campsite. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to point out. One, I have a Garmin Fenix 2, and that's kind of my backup. I am actually I have waypoints in here for my camping spots and the final destination, and I'm going to use the Garmin Fenix 2 as my backup point. And I have the map, of course, the river guide maps as my main navigation, and I should be good to go with that. So I just don't want to mess up my camping spots, because the river should be flowing at 3 to 4 miles an hour, and frankly, if I go past one of those islands a couple miles, I'm not sure I can get back to it. Probably can't paddle that fast. So anyway, that's my plan, and that's my backup, and I will see you guys later. I'm also trying to get my kayak to track a little bit straighter. Of course, I'm probably not totally in the exact perfect flow line or streamline of the current, but just give you an idea. This is what I'm seeing out here. Yeah, I'm going to go through a few small towns, but I'm basically alone out here. I did see a fishing boat, motorized boat, go by earlier, but this is kind of what I'm doing out here, and it's a beautiful day after about a week and a half of rain, so I'm loving it. Couple ducks up ahead. I think they will probably take flight here as I get closer. That's what they've been doing when I get nearby. But right now I'm not really paddling, I'm drifting and steering. So they're not ducks. They're Canadian geese. There's more on the shore over there. Say another pair. I don't know much about the habits of the Canadian geese. Maybe they're, ooh, up here on the shore has got a bunch of little Canadian geese. Probably can't see them on the video. They're about to go up a little hill. But they've got a bunch of little baby geese. So, goslings, I think. I'm not sure. So anyway, those were the ducks. They weren't ducks, they were Canadian geese. Pretty cool though. Alright, so here's one of the camping islands. There are a bunch of islands here owned by the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And you're allowed to camp on any of those islands. There are some islands that are private that you're not allowed to camp on. You're not permitted to camp on. This would be a camping island, but it's only like 4 miles on the river from the start point, so it's way too early for me. But you know, it gives you kind of an idea. These are pretty decent sized islands, and you know, they have trees and stuff. So here's another island. It's getting really breezy out. I'm going to actually stop for lunch. I'm probably going to just beach my kayak just a little bit. That's the plan at least. I probably won't actually get out. I'll just beach it a little bit so I'm a little bit more stable than I am on the river, which is kind of fast moving and a little choppy. So I'll just get in close to the island and stop there, eat a quick bite. I just have some cheese and crackers and some jerky if I'm really hungry. And that's probably my plan for lunch right now. Alright, so I'm actually at the second island. You can see there's a little channel between two islands that are right next to each other. I hit a little beach here after some pretty hard paddling to get across the river in the current. As you can see, you know, these islands have some pretty decent growth. I mean, there's some pretty tall, pretty old sycamore trees, some other trees, so some pretty decent growth on these islands. And I'm actually pointing a little bit backwards here. I'm not really planning to get out of my kayak right now, but you know, that'll come later at the camping island. And I guess the lesson learned from this little stopover is take the first beach you can see, because it looked like there was a beach if I'd gone the other way around the first island. If I'd gone to the left, it looked like there was a beach. I assumed there would be one down on the right. It turned out that there really wasn't. It was just a bank the whole way down. So obviously when I get to my camping island, I'm going to want to make sure that I've got a beach. If I see a beach, I'm going to land there, even if it means that I drag my kayak further and my gear further. You know, I can even tie a line off my kayak and float it alongside the island if I need to walk down the island and that sort of thing to a better camping spot. But anyway, I guess the lesson learned there is take the first beach on the island that you want. So anyway, so I'm going to eat some lunch. I have cheese and crackers, beef jerky, some other snacks and stuff, and some water to drink. And it's still a beautiful day out here. The wind has picked up. There's been some pretty decent breezes. It'd be a little bit chilly. I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing Vibram 5-finger shoes. The shorts are the zip-off pant kind. You know, and they dry pretty easily and that sort of thing. I have you know, like a performance type of long sleeve shirt on. You know, and then I actually do have a cotton t-shirt on over top of that, and then my life preserver and my hat. You know, I've got warm clothes and actually dry sandals for once I get to my camping spot. So anyway, so it's lunchtime. Time to chat on a little bit, relax. I wonder if there's something wrong with that duck's wings or something. Because you can see it tried to fly to get away from me, but it's not really flying away. So, interesting. All the ducks before now have basically just flown away when I got anywhere near them, except for that one. This is another island. Actually, it's a two-part island again, and I'm not stopping here, but this would be a camping island, permissible camping if I wanted to, but once again, it's still too early in the day, and I've not gone the needed number of miles for this trip. My goal today is to go 13 miles down to a camping island at around the 229 mark. I think it's 229.3 or something. And then maybe it's 228. And then tomorrow I'll be going 18 miles. Although, of course, tomorrow I'll have a full day. Whereas today I only had part of a day. And then on Tuesday I will only be going 8 miles. In fact, I should be out of the water by late morning at the absolute latest, even if I don't, even if I take my time getting up and getting ready and getting into the water. So anyway, that's the plan. As I said, here's another camping island. I'm not going to camp there. I'm going to try to get around this dock without giving it too much of a hard time, since I don't know what's causing it to not fly away. Okay, so this is the funny thing about using a GPS out here in the kayak. I don't know if you can read this, but it's telling me I've got under 3 miles to go. That's actually giving me direct line distance. I actually have about 7 miles to go on the river, and it's funny because I'm going to go up here around a big huge bend. I'm going to go up, it's like, think like an upside down U. So in reality, if I got out and climbed over that ridge, I'd be a lot closer to my my camping spot. Of course, it's a lot easier just to sit here in my kayak and let it carry me downstream. But anyway, it's an interesting thing. Once I get around this bend and get a little bit further down the other side of the ridge line, it'll start giving me a lot more accurate reading of the distance to the island. But either way, it's good, because once I'm inside of the island or anywhere close to it, when it's saying 0, obviously I'm there. So it's just a backup. I know where I am based on the map, but it's a good backup to have.